In this video, I'll be showing you how to integrate your Google Apps Reseller console with CloudRecur. Now, this helps us to sync subscriptions and customers from the Google Apps Reseller console onto CloudRecur. I hope you have already completed the previous steps, and this is the next step to get started with CloudRecur. To do this, you simply go into the settings button on the top right corner and then jump into the integrations and apps section. Now, once you're here, you will see the Google Reseller Console uh, module created already for you. So you click on that module and then you start seeing the fields over here. Now, you also see a redirect URI field, which I will talk about later once we are in that section. But how do you get the client ID and the client secret as well as the API key? Now, this is generated from a project which you need to create on your reseller console using a super admin account. Now, for that, I will jump into my reseller console's super admin account. So this is my project console. How do you go there? Is by going to console.developers.google.com and then signing in with your super admin credentials for your Google Apps Reseller account. What you need to do is you need to click on the top button over here and say create a project and then type in a name for that. So let me say CloudRecur record, and then I say create. Now this happens in a couple of seconds, and as soon as it's done, we need to go into the APIs and auth section, and this is done. So now I am in the CloudRecur record project. I go into APIs and auth, click on APIs, and then I need to enable the reseller API. Now the reseller API is very easy to find. You simply type in reseller in the search bar on the top, click on Google Apps Reseller API, and then simply say enable API. Now this again takes only a few seconds, and as you see, it has been enabled. Now the next step is to go to credentials and then add credentials. Now in the add credentials, you need to add the OAuth 2.0 client ID. Once you click on that, you would be asked to configure the consent screen. Now this is the screen which is going to appear when you generate the token on the CloudRecur screen, which I'll be showing you in a couple of minutes. So again, I'll just say CloudRecur as the product name, and the rest is optional, so you can skip it. And then I say save. Now here you say that you need to create a web application client ID, and then you type in the name for that particular application. So I'll say CloudRecur, and you see two sections: authorized JavaScript origins and redirect URIs. Now if you remember, we had the redirect URIs mentioned on the CloudRecur screen, so let's go back there, copy the redirect URI, come here, paste it. Now we are left with the first part of this authorized JavaScript origin. Now you need to select the first part of this, so without the slash, and then paste it in the authorized JavaScript origins. Once you're good, you say create. And then once you press the create button, you get your client ID and your client secret. Now, if you notice, we need both of them on CloudRecur. So we simply select it, copy, that's the client ID, come back to CloudRecur, paste the client ID there, select the client secret, come to CloudRecur, paste it there. Now we are left with the API key. How do I get that? So I say okay, simply going back to add credentials and then say API key. Here you need to select the server key, type in whatever name you want. So let's type in CloudRecur once again, and then I'll say create. And there I have my API key. So again, I select it, go back onto CloudRecur, and then I paste it. I come back here, I say okay, and then I leave that alone, and then I say status as active, and then I press the update button. Now once I press the update button, I'll start seeing the get refresh token button on my screen. Now what is this? Once you press the get refresh token button, you're going to validate the link between CloudRecur and your Google Apps Reseller console. So that's the last part of connecting your Google Apps Reseller console with CloudRecur. So let's do that now. So I'll say get refresh token. It takes me to my screen. Now I need to sign in with the same super admin account with which I created my project, which is the super admin account on the reseller console. So I say at Gulf and Gulf ID .info, and then I say next, and then I need to put in my password. So I just enter it and I say sign in, and this takes me to the consent screen which I had created. So I say yes, and there I have my refresh token, which was generated from the refresh token button which I had pressed. Everything is good, and I end this particular section by clicking on update. Now with this, my reseller console is now connected to CloudRecur, and these are the steps you need to follow. Once this is done, you do the customer sync first and then follow with the subscription sync. Thank you for viewing.